Have you ever wondered if there are certain behaviors you exhibit in adulthood that others notice but no one tells you about? The truth is that as you age, certain habits and behaviors can make you seem overlooked, unapproachable, or even unattractive to others. What's the problem? Most people are too polite to say anything, so you may never know it. But the good news is that once you recognize these behaviors, you can easily correct them. This will allow you to carry yourself with confidence, grace, and self-awareness. My name is William. When I was a student at the Pritzker School of Medicine at the University of Chicago, I learned the most important aspects for a happy old age. I hope that some of you will truly find these simple yet effective tips helpful. In this video, we will talk about 6 things that people often notice about older adults, but rarely mention. These small habits can influence how others perceive you, how they interact with you, and even how you feel about yourself. The best part? Well, all of this can be fixed. By making a few simple changes, you can maintain an active presence in life, stay socially engaged, and feel your best at any age. Stay with me until the end, because once you recognize these signs, you will never look at aging the same way again. You will not only gain insight into how others perceive you, but you will also learn simple ways to stay sharp, stylish, and respected as you age. So let's get started. Number 1, neglecting personal hygiene. One of the first things people notice, but rarely mention, is when someone stops taking care of their personal hygiene. As we age, it's easy to overlook small things like trimming our nails, keeping our hair in good condition, or making sure our clothes are fresh and clean. What's the problem? These small details add up and can make a person appear older, more tired, or even less approachable. Take Walter, for example, an 82-year-old man who was always known for his sharp appearance. Over time, he stopped trimming his eyebrows, let his hair grow back a bit, and started wearing the same old shirt day in and day out. His family noticed, his neighbors noticed, but no one said a word. One day, when he looked in the mirror, he realized how much he had changed. That was when he decided to cut his hair, shave, and update his wardrobe. Almost instantly, he felt better, straightened up, and noticed that people began to react to him more positively. The reality is that when hygiene slips, it's not just about appearance. It's about how people perceive your energy and confidence. Studies show that when people feel well-groomed, they behave differently, which makes them more interested and energized. Unkempt hair, overgrown nails, and even neglecting skincare can give the impression that a person looks older and more withdrawn than they actually are. So what can you do? It's simple. Regular haircuts, trimmed nails, and clean, well-fitting clothes make a significant difference in how you present yourself to others. If skincare hasn't been a priority, a basic moisturizer and lip balm can prevent dry and flaky skin, helping you look and feel fresher. If you wear facial hair, keeping it neat and tidy can instantly add shine and composure to your appearance. You don't have to spend hours in front of the mirror. By simply paying a little more attention to your personal hygiene, you can look healthier, feel more confident, and ensure you're making the best impression possible. Second, speaking too loudly or interrupting conversations. A common but often unspoken problem that we face as we age is a change in how we communicate. Many elderly people start speaking much louder than they realize, sometimes interrupting conversations or dominating discussions without even noticing. This is usually due to gradual hearing loss, which makes it harder to judge voice volume. The difficult part? Most people won't tell you that. It's one of those things that they just tolerate, but definitely notice. Take George, for example, a 77-year-old man who loves to socialize with friends and family. Over time, he began to speak louder and louder, sometimes interrupting people mid-sentence without even realizing it. His family noticed, his friends noticed, but no one wanted to embarrass him. One day at a dinner party, he noticed that people seemed to tune out a bit when he spoke. It was then that he realized that his voice was much louder than he had thought. After a hearing test and a conscious effort to lower the volume, he noticed something interesting. Conversations began to feel smoother, and people seemed to feel more comfortable around him. The truth is that hearing loss happens gradually, and many people don't even realize that it affects their speech. When someone talks over others, frequently interrupts, or raises their voice too much, it can come across as domineering or even dismissive. A conversation should feel like a balanced exchange, not a competition for speaking time. So, what can you do? First, pay attention to how others react when you speak. If you notice people leaning back, lowering their voices, or struggling to get a word in, it might be time to adjust the volume. If you suspect hearing loss, a simple hearing test can help you regain better control of your speech. Moreover, making an effort to pause, listen, and let others finish their thoughts can make conversations much more natural and engaging. Speaking at a natural volume and allowing room for genuine exchange makes social interaction more enjoyable for everyone. And the most enjoyable part? When you communicate consciously and confidently, people will want to talk to you more, not less. If you're still watching this video and find these ideas valuable, please write the number 2 in the comments below so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, I strongly encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue to create quality content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move on. Number 3, wearing outdated or ill-fitting clothing. One of the simplest things that can easily be overlooked as you age is clothing. Many older people stick to the same outfits for decades because they are comfortable, familiar, or simply because they no longer pay as much attention to fashion as they used to. What's the problem? Clothes convey a message, whether we realize it or not. Wearing faded, stretched, or outdated clothing can create the impression that a person looks older and less well-groomed, even if they feel great on the inside. Take Harold, for example, a man in his 80s who always prided himself on his sense of style. Over time, he stopped paying attention to what he wore, relying on old baggy clothes that had long lost their shape. His family noticed, his friends noticed, but no one said anything. One day, he put on a well-fitting button-down shirt and new pants, and something changed. People complimented him. He felt more focused and even straightened up a bit. He didn't need to change much, but small updates made a huge difference. The reality is that clothing affects how others perceive you. Studies show that people associate well-fitting clothes with confidence and energy, while baggy or worn-out clothes can create an impression of sloppiness or disinterest. This doesn't mean you need to chase current trends, but a clean, structured, and thoughtful appearance can help you feel more energized and respected. So what can you do? Start small. A few carefully chosen items, a fresh button-down shirt, well-fitting pants, or a stylish jacket can instantly refresh your look. Pay attention to colors that complement your skin tone and fabrics that are comfortable yet structured. Even updating your shoes and accessories, such as a stylish watch or belt, can make a difference. If you don't know where to start, the advice of a stylish friend or retailer can help you choose options that work for you. The key is not to dress like someone else. The key is to wear clothes that fit well, look fresh, and make you feel confident. When you do this, you will not only look better, You will feel better about yourself, and others will notice it. Number 4, too much complaining or criticizing. One of the quickest ways to push people away without even realizing it is to constantly complain or criticize. It's easy to fall into the habit of commenting on everything that seems wrong, whether it's modern technology, the younger generation, aches and pains, or simply the fact that things are no longer the way they used to be. What's the problem with that? Even if it is not meant in a negative way, this kind of talk can drain the energy of the conversation, making people less likely to spend time with you. Take Roger, for example, a 75-year-old man who loved to share his opinions. At first, his comments were just small remarks about how things used to be better, how young people don't work as hard nowadays, or how everything today seems rushed. But as time went on, his family and friends became less in touch with him. They still loved him, but avoided long conversations because they knew they would end up hearing a list of complaints. One day, his grandson asked, "Grandpa, do you even like anything these days?" That hit him hard. He realized that he had stopped paying attention to the good things in life. The truth is that negative energy is contagious. When we constantly express irritation, even in small doses, it changes the mood of the people around us. It makes interactions difficult, and people naturally gravitate toward the positive. This doesn't mean you need to pretend everything is perfect, but balancing complaints with something positive, hopeful, or lighthearted can make conversations enjoyable. So what can you do? Practice mindfulness. Notice how often you bring up complaints or criticism in conversations. If you notice that this is happening frequently, try to shift your focus. Instead of saying, "Things used to be better in my day," try saying, "Things were different in my day, but I wonder how this new way of doing things works." Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, try to find something interesting or funny in every situation. People like to be around those who make them feel good, inspire them, or involve them in something meaningful. The key is not to suppress your thoughts. The key is to find a balance between care and appreciation. When you act this way, people will not only enjoy talking to you more, they will seek you out because your presence will feel uplifting rather than draining. If you're still watching this video and find these ideas valuable, please comment the number 4 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, I strongly encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue to create quality content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move on. Number 5, ignoring posture and body language. One of the most subtle but noticeable signs of aging is the way you carry yourself. Over time, it's easy to develop the habit of slouching, shuffling when walking, or adopting a closed posture. What's the problem? People don't just hear what you say. They read your body language, and posture plays a huge role in that. Slouching posture, slow movements, or avoiding eye contact can make a person appear weak, disinterested, or insecure, even if that's not how they feel inside. Take Eleanor, for example, an 83-year-old woman who had always been active. Over time, she noticed that people were offering her extra help, even when she didn't need it. Strangers thought she was weaker than she actually was, and family members treated her as fragile. She didn't realize why until she saw a picture of herself standing with rounded shoulders, crossed arms, and a slightly slouching back. It was at that moment she realized her body language was sending the wrong signal. After she consciously focused on maintaining good posture, walking with more confidence, and maintaining eye contact, people began to treat her differently, more as an equal and less as someone in need of help. The reality is that posture affects perception. Studies show that people with good posture and open body language appear more confident, energetic, and even younger than those who lack these traits. Slouching makes you look more tired, while straight posture signals strength and vitality. Even something as simple as keeping your arms in front of you instead of crossing them can affect how interesting you appear in a conversation. So what can you do? Start small. Pay attention to your posture when you sit, stand, or walk. A simple trick? Imagine a rope pulling you upward from the top of your head, and this naturally aligns your spine without causing a feeling of strain. When walking, make sure to lift your feet completely off the ground, avoiding the common habit of shuffling. When speaking, look people directly in the face, maintain comfortable eye contact, and use small hand gestures to make the interaction more dynamic. The way you carry yourself affects how people perceive you, whether they see you as lively and confident or aloof and indifferent. By making small adjustments, you can instantly appear more composed, competent, and approachable without saying a word. Number 6, bad breath or body odor. One of the most unpleasant topics people discuss, yet one of the first things they notice, is bad breath or body odor. The truth is that as we age, our sense of smell weakens, which means we may not notice changes in our own odor. Certain medications, dietary habits, and even dehydration can contribute to this problem, but most people will never mention it. Instead, they will simply keep their distance or find subtle ways to end the conversation. Take Frank, for example, a 78-year-old man who was always the life of the party. He enjoyed spending time with old friends, but started noticing that people weren't standing as close to him as they used to. His neighbor, who used to chat for hours, now made conversations quick and detached. It was only when his daughter gently advised him to try a new mouthwash and drink more water throughout the day that he realized what was happening. A few small changes, such as maintaining water balance, chewing sugar-free gum, and switching to a more effective deodorant, made a huge difference. Suddenly, people began leaning closer again. The interaction became warmer, and he regained his confidence. The truth is that dry mouth is one of the main causes of bad breath, and this issue becomes more common as we age. When your mouth doesn't produce enough saliva, bacteria multiply faster, leading to persistent, unpleasant odors. Similarly, changes in diet, digestion, and metabolism can lead to changes in body odor over time. Even something as simple as wearing the same clothes too many times before washing can make a difference. So, what can you do? Be one step ahead. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day helps prevent dry mouth. You can also chew sugar-free gum or suck on mints to address this issue. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos on health, longevity, and quality of life. I will regularly post useful tips and recommendations to help you stay active and energetic at any age. And of course, I'm always happy to hear your comments. Tell me which of these habits you already practice and which ones you would like to incorporate into your life. Share your stories and experiences, because together we can inspire each other to live healthier lives. Thank you for joining me. See you in the new videos.